Have you ever stood beside a companion whose words projected warmth, yet your internal radar signaled a cold, looming threat? It is that haunting vibration, a subtle twitch in the atmosphere that leaves you feeling instinctively guarded. Perhaps it was a smirk that did not reach the forehead, or eyes that seemed to scan for an exit while you spoke. A friendly act that, instead of providing comfort, left your spirit feeling strangely hollowed out. Carl Jung, the pioneer of deep psychological mapping, identified this phenomenon as the shadow. This is the vault where we store the traits we dare not show: our bitterness, our unhealed scars, and the jagged pieces of our soul hidden from the sun. Yet here is the psychological reality. The shadow is never truly contained. It eventually leaks into the light. Usually this happens through the way we treat those closest to us. When a person harbors unaddressed friction toward you, be it envy, grudge, or a deep sense of lack, they might mask it with social graces. But the subconscious mind is a poor liar. The truth bleeds through in microscopic gestures. In this analysis for hard science theory, I will reveal 10 surgical but definitive markers that someone in your circle is working to undermine you, even while maintaining a facade of loyalty. It is the most invisible of all. Yet it exposes the reality of their heart more vividly than any spoken confession. Number 1. Hostility masked as wit. Jung noted that shame acts as an acid on the spirit. Not every emotional strike comes from a loud explosion or a heated debate. Many arrive as whispers, elusive and sharp, tucked inside what appears to be a playful jab. Consider phrases like, "Oh, you are reading philosophy now. That's quite the ambitious pivot for you." Or, "Look at you being confident today. I guess you are finally ready to take charge." They sound airy, perhaps even supportive on the surface. But if you analyze the intent, these darts always land exactly where you are trying to innovate. Your physical presence, your professional trajectory, your self-esteem, the very parts of you that you are quietly nurturing. That is not camaraderie. It is cold malice dressed in a giggle. People frequently leverage irony to strike without having to own the blow. They launch a verbal spear, then retreat behind the shield of "I was only teasing." It becomes significantly more toxic when it originates from your inner sanctum childhood friends, trusted colleagues, or relatives. These are the individuals who possess the map to your insecurities. When they utilize that intimacy to craft jokes, the wound is surgical. And because the social bond feels too tight to disrupt, you force a polite laugh, bury the hurt, and carry the psychological weight in silence. Jung observed that people would attempt any absurdity to avoid looking into the mirror of their own soul. When someone carries a heavy burden of inadequacy or spite they refuse to admit, they project that internal rot onto the nearest target. A polished way to do this, while keeping their nice person reputation, is through targeted sarcasm. Projection is the mind's way of blaming the world for its own darkness. Imagine a parent balancing a chaotic schedule who finally attends a social mixer. A peer, looking perfectly curated, tilts their head and remarks, "Going for the exhausted natural look today? How brave." The group chuckles, you join in, but internally your pulse turns to ice. You recognize that was not humor. It was a calculated reminder that you were struggling. They want you to feel every bit of it. The danger of these ironic stings is that they are not quite aggressive enough to trigger a fight, but they are just sharp enough to bleed your confidence dry. Over time, you start absorbing their narrative. You stop sharing your wins. You silence your dreams, terrified they will be harvested for the next punchline. What is the remedy? First, become a detached observer. Every joke leaves a psychological footprint. Ask yourself, is this a recurring theme? Does it always target my growth? Most importantly, how is my energy after the interaction? Give yourself permission to be honest about the sting. If it hurts, it's a signal, not a sensitivity issue. When you are ready, try a neutral observation. "I realize you're joking, but that comment actually felt a bit dismissive." Their reaction is the ultimate reveal. A true ally will recalibrate. A shadow-driven person will double down, accusing you of being too thin-skinned. Ultimately, you are not obligated to smile while being insulted. Do not become the easy target just to maintain a false peace. As Jung famously said, the greatest task is to become who you truly are. No one has the mandate to obstruct that path. Number 2, the quiet obstruction. Sometimes wit is not the primary weapon. What is more chilling is when the animosity stops being vocal and moves into the realm of physical reality. Silent, repetitive, and always manifesting at the precise moment you require a foundation. This is where subtle sabotage begins to speak. This is a form of cloaked aggression that is difficult to prove because it wears the skin of an accident. It looks like a lapse in memory, a tech glitch, or an innocent oversight. But once you track the data when these errors occur exclusively at pivotal junctures, you can no longer call it bad luck. Suppose you are prepping for a high-stakes meeting. Your close associate, who knows your stress level, agrees to handle the final prints. Minutes before the start, they call to say they just lost track of time. No panic in their voice, just a hollow apology. You spend your focus fixing the mess, and your performance suffers. They show up later with a pat on the back and a smile saying, "Don't sweat it, you'll get them next time." If it's the third time it's happened during a promotion cycle, you must ask, are they quietly ensuring you stay exactly where you are? A silent saboteur does not have to look like a villain. They might still cheer for you in public, but their shadow is terrified of your elevation. Your growth makes their stagnation feel permanent. Jung called this the projection of the shadow onto fate. For a person anchored in a sense of lack, your setback provides them with a temporary sense of equilibrium. They might cause your failure without even consciously realizing they are doing it. I recall a story of two colleagues who were inseparable until one began outperforming the other. Suddenly, the friends started missing deadlines on joint projects. The excuses were always logical. I was overwhelmed, or I misread the calendar. After a year, the high performer looked disorganized to the board and lost her promotion. That same friend was then reluctantly moved into the role. Has a family member ever discouraged a new venture right when you were ready to jump? Has a peer given you the wrong directions or timing for a networking event? These are not crimes, but they are anchors. The fix is not paranoia, it's calibration. Does it happen during your verge of progress moments? If so, stop placing your vital plans in their hands. Reliability is the true currency of love, and forgetting is often a choice. Number 3. The invisible race. They don't just stand by you when you are down, they are the loudest applause when you are up. But some bonds are built on a hidden hierarchy. To these people, every step you take forward feels like a step they have been forced backward. They will not declare war, but they will engage in a quiet contest of comparisons and tension. This silent competition starts small. You share a win, they pivot the topic. You mention a goal reached, they mention a bigger one they reached years ago. Every time you open your heart, you feel the temperature in the room drop. Jung suggested that what irritates us in others is usually a mirror of our own inadequacy. When they see you glowing, it triggers the pain of their own unchased dreams. To dull that pain, they have to level the scale by diminishing your moment. Once knew an artist whose friend always had a better version of every story. It was never direct, just a constant stream of, "Oh, I did that back in 2018, or "That client is okay, but have you heard of X?" Eventually, the artist stopped sharing. The joy was being taxed. Have you ever felt the need to hide your success to keep someone else comfortable? If you have to shrink to fit into a friendship, you are not in a friendship, you are in a cage. Try sharing fast. Stop giving them the details of your wins and see if they even ask. If they do not, the connection was never about you. It was about their position relative to you. True allies do not require you to dim your light to see theirs. Number 4, the hollow cheer. As you stay in these competitive dynamics, you will notice something else, the performance of support. Not everyone clapping wants you to win. Some congratulations are surgically cold. This is false kindness. It's the monotone text, the hug that ends too quickly, or the mysterious disappearance during your actual celebration. It is a support that fulfills the social obligation but lacks the soul. Jung spoke of the tragedy of unlived lives and families, and it applies here. When someone is disconnected from their own purpose, they cannot truly celebrate yours. It's a defense mechanism against their own disappointment. Think of the woman who opened a cafe after years of sacrifice. Her best friend posted the obligatory photo on Instagram, then never bought a single cup of coffee. When the business was mentioned, the friend would only say, "Sounds like a lot of work." No overt hate, just a deliberate chilling silence. Real kindness does not need a prompt. It's in the eyes that actually sparkle when you succeed. It's the person who stays when you are winning. not just when you are a project for them to fix. If you feel like you are performing to keep the peace, pay attention to that exhaustion. Someone's inability to value you is a reflection of their internal limits, not your worth. Number 5, authority disguised as empathy. Some people do not withdraw, they invade. They insert themselves into your every move under the banner of, "I just want what's best for you." They offer unsolicited critiques and micromanage your choices. Yet, after these talks, you do not feel empowered. You feel paralyzed. You start doubting your own instincts. This is control masquerading as care. Jung noted that people who do not live their own lives often try to live through and control the lives of others. It's a way to feel a sense of agency they lack internally. At a certain firm, a senior mentor was beloved for helping new hires. But soon, anyone who deviated from his suggestions was subtly labeled as not a team player. He used the gentle tone to deliver crushing doubts, always ending with, "I'm just looking out for you." Within months, the most creative minds resigned because they could not breathe in that overcared-for environment. True care builds your wings, control trims them. Before we hit sign 6, I want to pause. Your presence here, doing the hard work of self-reflection, is vital. To help us spread these Jungian insights, please like this video and share it with someone who might be doubting their own intuition. Every interaction helps hard science theory reach those who need clarity. Number 6, the backroom narrative. Have you ever discovered a distorted version of your own life being told by a close friend? Comments wrapped in concern like, "I'm worried they're getting a bit ahead of themselves." Gossip is the ultimate coward's weapon. It erodes your reputation while the perpetrator smiles to your face. Jung said thinking is hard, so people judge. Those who talk behind your back lack the spine to face their own envy. They tear you down in the shadows to feel taller in the light. A woman once realized her work bestie was telling the office she was arrogant and manipulative to explain her high performance. The bestie would then go to lunch with her and listen to her secrets. This does not just hurt your status, it breaks your ability to trust the world. If you see this, do not argue, and just observe the pattern until the truth is undeniable. Then walk away. You do not need a confrontation to find an exit. Number 7, the success allergy. You get the dream job and text your closest friend. They reply 3 hours later with, "Nice. Must be lucky." No energy, no questions. Your heart sinks. New questions for them, but you know what? The news did not change things. It just revealed what was already there. Jung believed evil stems from people being unable to tell their own stories. When someone has not achieved their own peace, your success is a spotlight on their failure. They might turn cold, mock your win, or just leave the chat. Bit by bit, you learn to be quiet around them, but joy is meant to be shared, not protected like a secret. If a bond makes you feel guilty for winning, it is no longer a resting place for your soul. Number 8, the body's confession. Sometimes the hostility is not in what they do, but in the energy of the room. A smile that stays on the lips but misses the eyes. A limp handshake. A glance that darts away when you share a breakthrough. Jung knew the unconscious is not just a dark room, it is a source of truth that leaks through the skin. When emotions are suppressed, the body betrays the lie. Have you ever left a friendly chat feeling like you have been in a freezer? That is their shadow effect. A boss once noticed a staffer clapping for a colleague, but his eyes never left his screen. The movement was a hollow shell. No words were needed, the shadow had spoken. Trust your chest when it tightens in response to a kind word. Your biology is reading a script their mouth has not admitted to yet. Number 9, the friction of passivity. This is where hostility wears the mask of oops. The late reply to an urgent text. The accidental deletion of a file. The friend who promises to help but gets stuck in traffic every single time. They do not say, "I won't support you." They just slow you down until you give up. Jung said that until we make the unconscious conscious, it will rule our lives and we will call it fate. These people often do not even know they are sabotaging you. Their inner dissatisfaction finds a way to trip you up so they do not have to watch you fly. If someone keeps delaying your progress, stop expecting them to move. If you have a long journey, pick partners who carry the weight, not those who become the weight. How many times have you been left carrying the whole load while they smiled and said they were on their way? Number 10, the final withdrawal. This is the coldest of all. No fights, no accidents, just a presence that is a vacuum. You share a fear, they give a generic, it'll be fine. You share a song, they leave a like, but no comment. Jung said loneliness is not about being by yourself, but about being unable to communicate what matters. This is a relationship that has become a hollow shell. It makes you question your own value. Am I boring? Am I too much? You start talking less. You stop being you. Not everyone who pulls away hates you, but if the distance makes you invisible, you have to ask, is this real anymore? Sometimes the bravest thing is not staying. It is admitting the heart of the relationship has already left the building. In summary, we want to believe our inner circle is a fortress, but reality is nuanced. Some close bonds are where the shadow hides best. Jung reminded us that we meet ourselves in 1,000 disguises. Maybe these people are just mirrors for our own boundaries. You do not need to expose them. You just need to withdraw your expectations and save your light for those who can actually see it. If your gut says it is not safe, listen. You are not being paranoid. You are becoming more honest. If this deep dive resonated, please subscribe for more explorations into the psyche and growth. C'est good, they know. Click the bell so you do not miss our next theory. We have much more to uncover together. Thank you for your time, and we will see you in the next installment here at Hard Science Theory. Trust your path and the power of your own unique psychological journey toward complete self-realization and ultimate peace.